Hey developer, how are you? So in this video, I'd like to talk to you about a library which I think could be really useful if let's say you have been coding iOS for maybe 1 to 2 years and you are somewhat familiar with unit tests. So as you know, unit tests, what it does is that it tries to maintain the integrity of your business logic. So so I think it's really important to write unit tests, and especially if you want to join the bigger companies, if you want to join the FANG companies, unit tests is definitely something that you really must master. And in this video, I'd like to share this library, which is called the ios-snapshot-test. So it's created by Facebook, and now it's maintained by Uber. So what does this ios-snapshot-test does? So as mentioned, unit tests maintains the integrity of your business logic, and this library maintains the integrity of your views. So what do I mean by that? So okay, maybe let's look at the description. It says that a snapshot test, it takes a view or a CA layer, and what it does is that it captures this view like a view controller.view as a snapshot. That means it takes a photograph of it, and it's being stored as a reference image in your source code. Alright, so this is being measured against another snapshot when you run a test. So what it does is, in essence, it takes a photo, and then let's say you are making a bunch of code modifications, and right now when you want to run the test again, it takes a photo of the same view and it compares it to see if those views are the same, because the first view that is being stored as a reference is the view that is the correct view, right? So I think it's a little bit hard to explain with words. So in this video, I'd like to show you by creating a really basic demo, and I think you will be able to really understand what this library does and how it can really add value to you if you're building a project, and if there are tons of developers who are adding code and you just want to make sure that your views are what it is. Alright, so without further ado, let's launch Xcode, and let's start with a single view application. I'm just gonna call this app because I can't think of a better name at this point in time, and I will want to include unit tests over here. Alright, I'm gonna save this on my desktop. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is that we want to install this library, and the way we do it is via CocoaPods. I think you can do it via Carthage as well, but I'm familiar with CocoaPods, so let's do it with that. Okay, so I'm gonna open my terminal, and I'm just gonna navigate to this directory, and I'll do a pod init. I think these steps should be pretty familiar, but I'll just quickly go through it. Okay, so the first thing that you want to know is that you want to be careful is that we are just going to add this pod in the test target, not the main app target. Alright, so if you see over here, we have the app, which is the name of the app, and we have the app test because we selected unit tests when we are creating this project. So I'm just going to paste this over here, hit the Command S to save it, and we are going to run pod install. Okay, so when this is done, I can close my Xcode and open the Xe workspace. Alright, so there's a couple of configurations that we need to set up at the start. It doesn't really work right off the box. I mean, you gotta add in some environment variables. And the instructions are actually pretty clear over here, but I'll just walk you through. So step 2 is to set up the test scheme. Yep. So just let me do it. Okay, so I need this. I'm just gonna copy this, and I'm gonna paste it here. Edit scheme. Oops. Let's have it. This is the value. Oops. Okay. Let's put in the other one. While coding, I'm having this really awesome beer. It's Tiger beer. It's from Singapore. It helps me code better. Okay, so basically we're just gonna add this to environment variables. Alright. So here's the demonstration. Let's assume that this app, we will have a background color, and it is supposed to be red. Let's take that for example. Okay, that's part of the requirement, that the background color of this app has to be red. Let's just quickly run it. Okay, good. So it's red right now. So as you know, we have created the unit test. Okay, so this is the this is the boilerplate code, and we are gonna change this a little bit. So we wanna subclass, instead of XC-test-case, we're gonna use the Facebook snapshot test case. I think it's amazing because this library is maintained by Uber, but you know, Uber is like, hey, we're not gonna change this to Uber snapshot test case. We're gonna keep it with the prefix FB because Facebook is the one that created this. So kudos to them. So I'm gonna put it here, Facebook snapshot test case, and also I have to import that as well, Facebook snapshot test case. So I'm just gonna quickly run this. And obviously everything should pass, because we have really nothing inside here at this moment. Okay, so let's assume that we want to test the view controller. So that will be SUT, which is system under test, which is UI view controller. Alright, so under setup, super.setup, we're going to say that, hey, SUT is the view controller, which is this guy right here, right? It's a view controller here. And then under the teardown method, super.teardown, SUT equals to nil. Okay, so we're gonna write a test over here. I'm just gonna call it test background color, and I'm gonna do. Let me see what it's over here. What is this? Verify view. Okay. So I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna paste this verify view dot. Is that how I do it? FB verify. Oh, this is the one. Okay, so as you see here, you can verify a few things here. But so far I mostly use it to verify a few. So I'm just gonna call it SUT.view. Alright. Don't need this test performance here. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is we want to do something called, we gotta put in something called, okay, run the test once with this self.record mode equals to yes in the test setup method, because this creates the reference images on the disk. And then step 4, it says remove the line and run the test. So if I am to show you the project, it is, yeah, I mean, it's a very simple project, no frills. There's nothing inside here, right? even in that test. Very simple. But when I do self.record mode equals to true, and when I run this, I want you to notice something over here. Okay, so the test fails at the start, which is expected, and the message says that, hey, failed test ran in record mode. Okay, let me just copy this and paste this here so you can see what it says. Reference image is now saved. Disable record mode to perform an actual snapshot test, snapshot comparison. So if I'm to come over here to my final window, notice that I have a new photo that's been created. It's called reference image 64. And when I open this, it shows me an image. Alright, it's the red color background that is taken from this SUT view, which is the view controller's view. So what I need to do now is that I can, let's assume that I'm happy with this. This color is what is expected as part of the requirement for the app. I'm going to commit this code into GitHub onto my own repository. And then when I run this test right now, I've removed the record mode. Notice that the test passed because let me see whether it created another folder. It did not. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. What it does is that when you run this test, it verifies the view of the view controller and matches it with the view. Matches it with the image that is saved in this reference folder. So let's assume you have another developer who's working alongside with you, and he makes some code change. He decides that blue is his thing, okay? And then when he's about to commit his code, he runs the entire suite of unit tests, and he realizes that, boom, something is wrong here. It says that, let's copy this so you can see. It says that, oh wow, look at that. It says that snapshot comparison failed. Alright, and I think the beauty of this is that it creates another folder here. It says failed diff. Okay, so it gives you over here 3 different images. Okay, so the first one is the reference image. So the reference image is the image that is supposed to represent the requirement of the view controller. And what was so this is expected, but what is being seen when you run the test is actually this blue view, which is incorrect, right? And there's this div as well. So this div is supposed to be like the difference between red and blue. Okay, so I think this is really powerful. Maybe let's show you another example. Okay, let's remove this and let's create a label over here. Lazy. Oh, we don't need lazy. Let private label UI label. Let label equals to UI label. Return label. Okay, so label.font equals to UI font.system. No, not this one. .system. Let's have it 24 and let's have it black, shall we? Okay, and let's set up views over here. Private func. Okay, let me just have more space. Private func, set up views, and let's do view.add subview. We're gonna add in the label, and let's just put the label just right in the center. So we do ns layout constraints dot activate, and let's put in this array. So label dot CenterX dot constraint to view dot CenterX angle, and we do the same for the center Y angle. Okay. Alright, so it's pretty simple. Okay, I'm going to run the test now. So to run the test, I am going to, of course, I've changed the I've removed the red color from the background and I've added a label. So I'm going to do self.record mode to basically update the reference image. So let's run the test. So nice. Okay, cool. So failed. Test ran in record mode. Reference image is safe. So this is what we expect. So as you can see here, oh, this is this transparent? Why is that so? Let me see. Label dot text color, could that be the reason? Dot black. And let's also do view dot background color equals to white. Okay, maybe I'll just command R to run this first to make sure that this is rendered correctly. Oh, I think I know what's wrong over here. I left this out. Let's run this again. Oh, nothing is showing. Why is that? Oh gosh. Sorry guys. I'm not sure if this tiger bear is supposed to help me or hurt me. I forgot the text. Let's call it Oh My Tiger Bear. Let's run this. Okay, I think it's working. Okay, let's remove the width. Alright, looks nice now. Okay, so let's create the snapshot over here. Okay, cool. So this, I believe it's generated. Okay, so as you see over here, we have the reference image, which is Oh My Tiger Bear, what have you done to me? Okay, so obviously if I'm to run the test, it's gonna pass because I've not made any modifications to the view. So I wanna show you something which is really quite powerful, and let's assume that I'm gonna change the font of it. Alright, so label.font equals to UI font. Let's go with Evernear next. Okay, let me see if this is the right way to do it. Let's go to Evernear next attributed strings with. Okay, unable to add. Okay, I think this could help. Okay, maybe let's just use this. Okay. Okay, so let's assume that the system font is the rightful font that's supposed to be used, and your colleague or yourself accidentally set it to Evernear next because he fancied that font more. And when he's about to commit his code, he will run a test. And when he runs the test, naturally that's gonna fail. Yep, that's expected, right? And so your colleague will be like, hey, something's wrong here, what failed? So he comes over here and he says that, hey, oh, this is the reference image, but this is my change. And when you see over here, the div, it shows you the two different, the overlap of the two different texts. So he immediately would know that, hey, there's something with this background, as well as there's something wrong with this font. And I think this at least helps him or the team to ensure the integrity of the view. So yep, this is my little demonstration. Apologize for the little blunder. I hope you got some value from this video, and please remember to subscribe and smash the like button. That would really help me a lot. And also do leave a comment. What do you think about this? Is this video a bit too draggy? And if you want me to cover, if you do want me to cover certain topics, please leave them in the comment section. I would really love to hear from you. I'm creating this channel because I really want to interact with you. And yeah, that's all. And have a good day. Bye.